Struggling to get that hands. Looks like you're got me, Tom.
Where's she?
Just said struggling to get that.
Oh, really? Was he out the river or something?
I think so.
Wasn't he a trainer?
Sure. It's alright, we can do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Red?
Not right now.
Not right now? I mean, I've just Friday night.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to launch. Do you want to start and I'll join you?
Yeah. And welcome down here as the horns are blasting there from Mr. Keesing. He's all over it. He's excited tonight, as we should be, down at the beautiful Glenelg Lacrosse Club for our doubleheader on Friday nights live. And the first game with the girls just warming up behind us is against the Burnside Bears and the Blue Warriors. And the Burnside Bears coming off a win last week in overtime against Wildy. And the Blue Warriors went down to Brighton last week, but they were fairly good. And I'm joined here by Mr. Marty Baker. Marty, we do that occasionally around me, mate. Games tonight. I mean, obviously we've had 2 OT games in the last 2 weeks. Have we got another one here?
To be honest, I think the Blue Warriors are going to be a little bit too strong for the Burnside, who are running very light on numbers tonight. I think they've only got 10 or 11 to their couple of injuries and a couple of absences. They're really going to hurt Burnside, but yeah, I think it'll still be a competitive game. You know.
And I see out there tonight we've got 2 youngsters on the Blue Warriors side. They're setting up their first state league game, I believe. Second?
Second they played last week in Mia Inge and Holly Dinny.
So first live stream game, I should say.
Live,
So
yes.
they've made the big time when they're on LSA TV.
Yeah.
How did they go last week, mate?
They did pretty, by all accounts, they did pretty well. Our lovely Hannah Goff, who's just come and joined us, and we will get her in a second. We'll probably be able to talk a lot better about what they were like, but they are going to be future superstars, regardless of they've only had their first taste of state league, or Living Choice State League, sorry,
Yep.
and they're only going to go from, step to step as they get used to the pace of this game.
So what you're saying is just like traditional, they're going to build and build and build into something that's absolute quality.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to
finest standard, Tom.
absolutely. And who else would you build with? So it's just cooled off down here at the moment. It's a beautiful night down at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Not many people around at the moment, and COVID restrictions have eased a little. I'm glad we're living in South Australia. not to maybe.
Still bloody cold though.
It's still cold.
I'm not looking forward to the second game.
But there was a nice sunset going down tonight, so it tells you that there's not too much of the wet stuff around, which on the radar looks good.
Well, I was not going to lie, we were very worried that we might have to be filming from the bleachers underneath the canopy there, but looks good so far. But if you see us go offline and running, you know why.
You know the rain may have come. So look, this is a really interesting game. As I said, Burnside out there, they've got 9 or 10 out there at the moment, and the Warriors, Blue Warriors squad, there's a few more numbers out there.
In their new uniforms.
It's going to be interesting to see the new uniforms. I heard they had the new uniforms come in, so their first. You know, they've had a reasonable start to the season so far, and getting the OT win against Wildy, and then coming up against Brighton last week, and probably just that gelling of that side. I mean, but you know, the 2 young ones coming in, and obviously the senior players, as we see half of them running off behind us, against what is somewhat a young Burnside side as well. So, what's your score prediction for tonight, Marty?
I reckon I'm going to go with your son's prediction and go 12-4, I reckon.
12-4, so he's got the Warriors off camera. He said 12-5, the Blue Warriors against Burnside.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna play the game, and I reckon we're going to another OT game. All right, it's a draw at the end, OT game, and let's just let the best team win, because you know what? There's nothing better than on a Friday night getting down here, getting live into the screens on the YouTube and on Facebook. To see what is a really good, strong women's competition with the sides that we have in it. And the games are very close, so...
Well, I reckon what we might do is we might get Hannah to come on over, and she can come in and join us, and she can give her prediction.
All right.
While I just do a bit of work in the background.
Thank you, Marty. We'll get Hannah in over here. And Hannah, good to see you. How you doing? Good. Welcome down here. It's you've got the late game tonight.
Yeah.
Now... I'm going to ask the hard question up first.
Straight up.
You know what? Just throw you straight in.
Yeah.
2 OT games.
Oh, I know.
2 losses. What's that doing to the mojo at the moment?
I think, honestly, it's just given us more drive, because we've been out at training and we're like, we need to just find those little things. We need to fix up those little things, because in the end, that's what's costing us at the moment. And it's just so devastating to have one OT and then obviously losing, and then following up the next week like the same. We've had a couple of jokes around like, this cannot go to another OT this week.
So given the fact that the late game comes on, you're up against Glenelg, it goes to OT.
Yeah.
What's the mojo at that point?
Well, I think that's when everyone's just going to really kick in that last quarter. We don't want to be in that same position. We've had it the last 2 weeks, and we're really over it.
It's a great thing for the competition to be able to have those results, because you know what it's like in the last few years. End of the day, it's 11-all, and you go, excellent, that was really good, and you walk off. It's a deflated feeling. It doesn't matter what sport you play. We were going to ask the hard questions, like as a whole. Now, there was something that came to our eye the other day in that first OT game. Mm-hmm. And we looked back at the video, so I'm going to put it out there to the viewers right now. Look, send us a message, right? In the first OT game, Olivia Parker got a penalty with 10 seconds to go in the match. Yes, had the penalty, right? Served. The time ran out. There was nothing that really happened. So I've done some timing on this. We're about 10 seconds on that first penalty, into a 2-minute penalty. Ball gets snapped out of the middle. Goes straight down, gets kicked, comes back. Lucinda Silvestri has a shot. Addie saves or comes off the post, grabs the ball, looks back up, and Olivia Parker comes on within 44 seconds of the restart. Now, I'm not saying that that's wrong, and I've done some timing here, but a 2-minute penalty with 54 seconds served, when the ball gets kicked over to Olivia, which kicks down the bottom to Tara, which kicks over to Annie and wins the game, being released. What's your thoughts on that? I don't know whether... I'm putting you on the spot here, but I've done some timing, and I'm putting it out to our viewers, that if you go back and watch LSA TV and actually do the timing, I've got her not serving more than a minute in that penalty.
We did hear that, but only at training on Wednesday. So, I don't know. There was obviously a bit of confusion. Something happened.
And look, we're not having a go at anyone.
Yeah.
Here. I'm just pointing out the fact that if that penalty runs to 2 minutes, Olivia doesn't come on, Addie's got no one to hit there.
What happened?
What happens? So I'm just putting it out there at the moment. There's a little question for the viewers. So what we want to do is we want to get online.
Tone, I can help you out. The officials were aware of it.
Go on.
Officials were aware of it after the fact, and it has been raised with the competition as a whole.
That's good because, you know what, and we're not pointing fingers. You know, at the end of the day, you know, our timekeepers do a fantastic job. But I went back home and watched it because when we were in the commentary, and both Shix and I looked at each other and went, how did Olivia's penalty? And because we thought Amy Butterfield may have still been serving her 5-minute penalty at that point. So we thought they should have been 2 down. It's irrelevant now.
It doesn't matter now.
But it was certainly at the time, and I went home and...
It was one of those things, like, because I was down there fighting for that ground ball that Addie, in the end, went back into her circle. And it's one of those things you look up and you go, you're kidding me. Like, that's come on right just at this point in time. Like, it's one of those things where you've been fighting out an entire over an hour-long game, and it's just that pass at that exact time. And, I mean, it's just the way that it planned out, and all is all, just we're more keen to come out tonight and every other game for the rest of the season to really show what we're made of.
Yeah. No, look, we're just putting it out to the viewers. I've been sitting at home watching the replays and I had the stopwatch on it, and I've actually got it at about 11 seconds and 44 seconds, which to me is 55 seconds, which means there should be 1 minute and 5 to serve, but we don't know when those clocks were stopped.
Yep.
So, you know, we're not sitting on that side. We're only doing what we have on the video, which is a great thing to have, LSA TV live. But I've got it at 1 minute, and I'm just, we'll put it out to you. Send us a message on the Facebook and have your say. I mean, you know, are we wrong in what we're saying? And again, this is not having a go at the scorers or the officials or the people that come in and sit and do a wonderful job in what they do for their clubs. But it was just a little there, and it's 2 weeks beyond now, and I just thought, well, I've got you.
Yeah.
Whether or not that had been raised at Wildy Land.
Yes, that was raised at Wildy Land.
Okay, there we go. So enough said about that. But on to tonight's game. You've got Glenelg in the second game.
Yeah.
Going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, it will be tough. They've got a really great side. We've been watching some of their other games, and I think what's really great about this year's season is that it's quite equitable across the board, and I think that's really, really exciting. Like, we can go into these games, as much as it sucked having to go into overtime, like, it is exciting. That hasn't been something that's been happening in the state league sort of area for a while now.
And as far as good live Friday night viewing, I mean, we missed last week. LSA TV was unavailable last week for the Friday night game, but we're back again tonight.
Yeah.
And you look at the numbers at the moment behind us, Burnside down with a few numbers. You look over to the Blue Warriors and there's plenty out there.
Yeah.
Your prediction for this game? You've played both of them.
I reckon it'll be close. Burnside did a really good job last week. They were gelling really well. Like, the connection between their senior and junior players was really, really great. But I think the Blue Warriors also just have that same thing, and they're really connecting as a team, as we saw last week when they played Brighton. So I reckon it'll be close. I kind of put the Blue Warriors on top by a little bit, but I guess we're about to see. It'll definitely be a close game.
Yeah, we are. And you know what? I'm on for another OT game in the second game, just quietly. I think you guys, look, yourself, Lucinda Silvestri, Jess Page, you know, the game that we had the first round, those guys were exceptional. And, you know, in a losing side in OT, I had probably 2 of your players as the living choice player of the match.
Yeah, wow.
Marty didn't agree with him, but that's the last time we let him pick. But he's done a great job, you know, and Olivia had a great job. We just didn't think we'd give it to her with a penalty with 10 seconds to go, and we quizzed her about that, so that was all right. So Burnside. Now, Millie Wilkin, was she a Wilderness girl, or was she a Saints girl? Okay, so that's why she was in there. For some reason, I thought she was part of the Wilderness program, and you wouldn't mind having her, though.
Yeah, we would love to have her. I mean, we'd love to have her, yeah.
And who in your Wilderness side at the moment this year, and it's been a crap year, if I can say that, who at the moment do you feel has just upped their game immensely?
Lucinda Silvestri has just skyrocketed. Like, it's amazing getting to play with her. And Lucy Martin, she took a break last year, so she wasn't here last year, and she's come back ready as ever.
I reckon Lucy, because Lucy wears number 1, I believe, and she got 2 goals and probably had an opportunity to to seal the game
Yeah.
before that OT game. I thought she was excellent as well.
Yeah, she's been amazing.
So she's been one
coming
that's
back.
really stepped up.
Yeah, definitely. And Jackie Raymond, she's pulled her hamstring 2 weeks after our first game, so she's been out. But she's, again, just really... Obviously, we're missing Azzo in our offense, having that movement and that
She's
wisdom.
a champion player.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
A lot of wisdom and played a lot of high-level lacrosse.
Yeah.
So to take that knowledge out of your side is
definitely.
massive.
But we've been able to really bring up a lot of our players. So really, I think last week we really showed that our offense can work together and really step up. So I guess we're just looking forward to hopefully bringing in the whole team together this week.
Yeah, I know. Now you're going to join me, I believe, in the first game. So we'll get plenty of comments as we go along. We might sort of just start to head over, and we might hear for a word from our wonderful sponsors in Living Choice and Traditional Carports, Verandas, Roofing and Guttering. Just the traditional group now, but I love saying that, so it rolls off the tongue. And a big thanks to our black and whites tonight, who are just doing a lap behind us, trying to warm up. So it would be good luck to them for this evening, and let's hear from our sponsors right now. All right, and welcome back to the live stream here down on Lacrosse SA TV, live and free on Facebook and the YouTube channel. If you are sitting at home, it's about 8 degrees down there, I reckon, at the moment. And the PM's joined me, Hannah Goff. Do you like that nickname?
I've heard it a bit in the last live stream, and I guess that kind of came from our In the Crease episode, didn't it?
Did. Yeah, no, well, everyone needs
still on top of the ladder.
Am I?
Yep,
Oh.
Still sitting up number 1. They're still chasing you.
I mean,
not
not a too shabby effort for a defender, I'd like to say.
And I've got the stick in the car. I'll grab it and show you exactly what you're sitting there for at the moment.
Now, Tone, who's that from?
That is from the wonderful Aussie lax skier, Mr. Peter Greenhow, who is a fantastic bloke around lacrosse. And if you need any lacrosse gear, get on to aussielaxgear.com.au. And he will certainly look after you. And I know he's doing plenty of gear around at the moment, and that's why the game is in good hands, I think. But the stick that you are in line for is a hurler.
Exciting. I'm keen. I'd love to see it.
Hey? Hannah says, can we just stop it now? We'll stop the fastest shot now, the Aussie Lax Gear fastest shot.
Stop before too many people get given an opportunity to beat me.
Tone, just while we've got a bit of wait, big news out of Victoria, cancelled.
Yeah, so saw the confirmation. We had a meeting a couple of weeks ago with the Aussie guys coaching, and we were just talking about what we're doing with the squad. And at that stage, we were looking at potentially the coaches travelling and getting around to each state. Obviously, with the news in Victoria, which is terrible, because you know what, it could have happened in New South Wales, it could happen in Queensland, it could happen in WA, it could have happened in South Australia.
Could have been anywhere.
Could have been anywhere, and you know what? So just it's probably a warning that this obviously thing we're dealing with at the moment, the coronavirus, is something that we still need to be very mindful of, because it only takes one to turn to 4 and 4 to 16 and 16 to far too many as my maths gets on.
I think it's also a really good opportunity for us in SA just to be so grateful for the fact that we're able to come out and play the sport that we love and go back to, I guess, some sense of normality and being able to play our sport every week, and obviously like provide these services, the live streams and training and all of that. So I think we should be really grateful.
So really disappointing for Victorian LBA,
definitely.
and you know, we send a shout out to all our brothers and sisters over in lacrosse, Victoria, and you know, it is a medicinal game that was created by the creator, and it is somewhat a religious sort of experience when you play this game. So you know, not doing that. So look, I hope everyone is doing well mentally and physically. Stay safe over there in Victoria and throughout Australia. And you know what? Before we know it, hopefully we'll get on top of this this really bad thing that is sweeping across the world at the moment. And we will see some sort of normality return to life as we know it. And hopefully before we know it, we'll have, you know, those things going on around the country. But tonight, going on around here, we've got the Burnside Bears versus the Blue Warriors, and we have a wonderful group in the middle there. And Grant Semler sends a shout out from Melbourne. So big shout out to you, Grant. He's says here, hi from Melbourne, lockdown Tony, go Bears and stay safe. We wish we could be there, not here. Well, yep, they did say about building a wall, but that was in the US, I believe. So we don't want a wall between our wonderful Victorian cousins. As the Blue Warriors come onto the field, led by Charlotte Winnan and Addie Cunningham, who's been in fine form
she has
in the
been
cage.
Exceptional.
You can see why she has an Australian contract at the moment, and certainly would be in the eyes of the Australian coaches. As Nikki Voisey just goes about her work there, checking. So they're just doing the traditional stick checks here. And have you had a chance with the new sticks? The new mesh?
No, I haven't. We've got Jess and a couple of other girls on the team have had some mesh sticks, so I've had to throw around at training, but I haven't played with one yet.
Well, you're still in the running for that.
I know.
So I'm going to go and get it. At halftime, I'm going to go and get it, and I'm going to put it in your hands, and then anyone who wants to take it out of my hands, try and take it off the PM, which is going to be a difficult job. We will start to get around, and apologies for not having an edition of In the Crease this week with the results. We will go through some results through the men's and women's state league while we are on the live stream here, just to keep everyone up to date with what's been happening in lacrosse SA land.
Now, Tone, just quickly, new uniforms for Blue Warriors.
Yeah, they look very Woodville-ish, to be honest, with the green, but the blue shorts. So I suppose there's a bit of going on there.
Bit of compromise.
It's a little bit of compromise, but hey, they're playing lacrosse, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, look, they look good, and it's a good initiative from the two teams who have obviously vested into that. Yeah. And I know, Hannah, I'm going to rub it in again, but the first one in OT, when you win as a new side combining, certainly the girls really got around each other that night after the win. So, you know, that gels well for the rest of the year for them.
Yeah, I think It's probably really, really good for them to have that confidence, coming in, and obviously it's going to take them some time to merge as a side. And I think that they're doing that really, really well and putting up a really, really, really strong front. So it'll be interesting to see how they go tonight against Burnside.
As Burnside now are just having their sticks checked, and the officials are just walking to their positions. Nat in the middle there. So Natalie there, Nikki Voisey, and I'm looking out the other side there. Laura Evans, the current memorial medalist. No, Benartha medalist, one of them. They're both in the same household at the moment, 1 and 1.
Yeah.
Jack Woodford. No. So Nat Owens is going to take the first centre draw here as we see Kelsey up
against Michaela
Ritchie's. And the young Ritchie sisters have done well over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they have done really, really well.
Annie obviously popping the game winner away.
Yep.
So that was a highlight for her as Luke Keesing gets his gear, just gets his jog on, for the night. He's got the extra ball off the field. So Kelsey against Michaela, the first snap was pretty ordinary, to be honest. Amy Butterfield with the opportunity to pick the ball up. She's guarded well there by Megan Smith as Amy Butterfield just runs down into some trouble.
A lot of Burnside pressure there on the midfield.
Great Burnside pressure. But Amy has the ball again. She's got someone downfield, so really needs to get that ball on. She's played the quick whistle. Kicks it over there to Olivia Parker. Now I'm going to have to get used to these uniforms with these numbers as we go on to Michaela Ritchie. Kicks it, little flick down the back. That's Tara down the back there.
Up to Mia Inge on the side. She's been doing really well coming in, and last week she played an amazing job holding her ground really well for one of her first state league games. So
Olivia Parker, she's going to have the first opportunity. Pops in, just pops it stick side, and Beck Green in the cage. Is it Beck in the cage? Yeah, Beck Green in the cage, I believe.
Out to Ellen, who's hotly guarded by Liv, finding Slowy.
Good outlet, finding Slow. Slow's not slow in that. She pops it down the field, but Addie Cunningham.
Addie looks like she's out here already, getting her kilometres up for the week.
She's obviously got the GPS tracker on. That's not the greatest to pass in the world. Straight back to the centre, we say in the old footy terms. Step right into the in the midfield.
Megan Smith bringing it in.
Smith pops down and bang. There we go. Katie with the first one of the game. I believe that was Kate. Yep. So Kate, I just don't have that on my score sheet here. I think I've missed a number there. So 54 is Kate Lightbody. So Burnside with the first one of the game, and Kate Lightbody getting that. Another one of those young Burnside players who...
Yeah, she's a lefty, so she's quite dangerous when she comes around the crease just like that. She plays the bottom corner really, really well, and she definitely has that confidence to take it on when it is there, as we just saw.
And tone message from Burnside. Lindsay Luco, league debut tonight.
Oh, there you go. Congratulations to Lindsay. Have had a little bit to do with Lindsay over the time through the under-15 tournaments and travelling away while I've been coaching her. She's one of Geordie's good friends. So big shout out to you, Linz, on your first state league game tonight. And we hope when you get on to the field, you rip it up just like we know you can. So ball there from the 212s in the centre. But Slow picks up the ball now. She's going to have the advantage here. Slow kicking it down here to Lightbody. The goal. No, sorry, that is Adele Semler. So ball kicks up the top. Ball looks into Kelsey. Kelsey kicks it over to Millie. Millie over to Megan. M to M to M. Picks up the top here to Slow. And Burnside just literally doing that, slowing it down. Good inside cut. Slow. Oh, big round arm. Going to get the back up there. And Steph
Small's on the back up.
So the ball
into the car park.
she's had to just keep warm there. So back on here as the ball comes back into field through Steph Small. Kicks it to Kelsey. Kelsey up to Megan. Over to Millie. And then over to Slow.
Yeah.
Almost deja vu there.
Burnside obviously looking to slow it down and settle the play a bit.
So light body down the bottom, kicks it into Megan Smith. Picked up there by
Butterfield.
Amy Butterfield. And now Amy Butterfield, she's been doing a power of work already early in this game. Got the legs on and just needs to find a target downfield, in which she does. Oh, ball's flicked up. Ground ball to be won here. This is where the game's won and lost in these ground ball competitions. And Olivia Parker, who else would bend the back and get down there like Olive does? She is hard on it. And we're going to have a whistle here, as I think we have Burnside offside here.
A 3-second call.
No, 3-second call. My apologies. I was trying to count backwards. So steps in here, winning. Oh, top shelf.
Just a bit high.
Maybe just needs to redo the sights a little bit there. She was about a foot over the net, but the first real aggressive shot at the cage. I know you did have one before where Beck Green did save one. But
quick stick just misses the left pipe.
So Olivia kicking the ball up here.
Slowing it down a bit now, the Blue Warriors.
Yeah, you have to get used to that name, don't you? Kicks it down there to Tara. Tara, a good cut inside, but well shut down by Burnside. As ball kicks out here. There's good cutting through the centre. A little bit of a two-man game happening over here.
Yeah, a two-man game with Michaela and Mia.
And there's two really young, exciting prospects in the State League. And there we go again. That little two-man game just happening. We're going to have a 3-second call here again on Burnside. And Adele Semler will have to come out. She's been picked up for that one. As the ball kicks down the back. Looks open. Looks in. Oh, that one's just off the tip of the stick. But no damage done there for the Blue Warriors as Charlotte just moseys her way back. And picks up that on the Living Choice scoreboard here with about 9 minutes to go in the quarter. We see Burnside up 1-0. And thank you to our sponsors in Living Choice and Traditional for their sponsorship of LSA TV. As we see Charlotte winning just... Oh, she's done the old Glenmore Grass slow ball there. She's popped it onto the bounce shot. She's seen what's happening. She missed the top shelf before. Little quiet bounce shot.
Yeah, a little... Using the pace of the ground up here, as we see on our Living Choice replay. She just manages to get a step on Kelsey and then finds the nice bounce shot.
And not a lot of pace in that one, as I just get my warmth here on LSA TV. If you could only see behind the scenes, but we don't need to see that. So, and we've got a change in the middle here. Megan Smith against Olivia Parker. So the two 12s have gone to the outside of the circle.
Yeah, made a change in height, I was about to say.
I was going to say, because the last two centre draws haven't really gone above shoulder that much, have they?
No, pretty much comes
I
pretty
think
flat.
Oh, good pick up again.
Great take by
Butterfield, she's in everything at the moment. Oh, there's an option here. Looks inside, pops, and top shelf rattles the bar. And a great job there out of the centre from Amy Butterfield to find Anna Ritchie, who she's been able to find the 6x6 of recent. And what have we got here,
Yeah,
Hannah?
we can see. So Amy Butterfield coming down the left side, and as Annie's slide just moves up, she manages to get free and place that. An amazing placement in the top right-hand corner, just off the bar.
Just tink, tink, tink off the top bar and just rolling it back down to the back of the net. That's the ones you like.
Yeah.
The ones where they hit the top bar and then bounce
Yep.
anywhere but in the net. So back in the centre again. So Amy's been a real driving force out of this.
So far she's come out really strong.
And she's obviously had some penalty trouble over the last couple of weeks. But you know what? She's an aggressive young player who hits it hard, and here she goes again. So Butterfield picks it up again. She's certainly come to play. There's a bit of a swipe there from Slow. Kicks up here to Bianca McKay, and Amy just says, right, I've done my job. I've brought
it in.
If we're talking footy terms, that's 3 into the 50 as that ball's just thrown straight over the top down there. And that'll be a Burnside ball. So Burnside with the chance to recover here. Those ones hurt the coaches when you've done all the hard work to get it there, and the pass just rolls over the top of the attacker. But Adele Semler bringing the ball out, kicks it over to the keeper, and she's come out the circle now. So there's pressure being applied straight down the middle. Good there, but dropped the ball. So here we go. Annie Ritchie, she doesn't need anything. She's got one on the bottom corner, pops again. Good save there from the keeper. And pops that one over here, and there's room out here now for Slow. She has Charlotte Winnan chasing her. Slow, Winnan. And that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that she is
No.
Charlotte is slow. But ball down there, kicks it to Millie Wilkin, who is certainly not slow.
No, definitely not. Last week when we were playing her, she really put on her guns and she's hard to catch.
So 3-second call there on the Blue Warriors as a substitution happens on the outer side there as Lippy goes just about talking to Anna Ritchie there about maybe that shot placement and the way it is. She shot a really good left hand the other day, and she's both times there she's gone to her right. So maybe Lippy's saying, well, we've seen the lefty that you've had. Steps inside, plenty of crash there as it's called from the keeper.
Yep.
So as the ball is being reset out here, and here's an opportunity for Burnside. And what an opportunity would this look like on your 60-inch on YouTube here, Hannah? Hey, if you're sitting at home with a nice glass of red or a port or maybe just a nice shardy. Oh, Addie with a huge
Addie with a massive save.
As she's just going to pop out the back. She has Megan Smith on her, and I don't think Megan really wants to chase her. Kicks it over to Winnan. Good save there from Addie.
Finds Butterfield in the middle, who looks to do another big, long run. Doing a lot of work through the midfield, Amy Butterfield.
And she brings it.
Finds her pass in Liv Parker up the top.
And kicks over there to Holly. And Holly looks like she just wants to explode here.
Yeah.
Oh, great cut from Mia Inge. Came off the bench and she was followed by Kate Lightbody, but the two young State League players working the left-hand side here. Just plenty of movement happening from the Blue Warriors as we see a split dodge about to happen. Oh, just lost the feet.
Just lost her feet there.
And that was unfortunate, but Liv Parker.
Nice pick up by Liv.
The experience, she went, okay, you know what, I'll have it back. Thank you very much. And she's heads it out there to Mia, who kicks it down the back. And good to see these young players as the ball flags on here. Shot looking like, no, just running through. So we're going to have a yellow card here. And Sarah Lowe just smiles, and that's for belting her in the head.
Yep.
if I can say it in technical terms, that's for one for belting her in the head. So opportunity here for the Blue Warriors, and Tara Parker, she will like this opportunity, but there's free space as well. So they're going to have to sit one out the back here, and we'll have another opportunity. And good save there though from Beck Green down low. So, but she's seen what she's had, and that bounce shot, oh, straight to the stick side low. Her stick was already there. That was like passing to your keeper or your opponent's keeper. As Lightbody runs down here, here's a race of the two young players kicking down the side there. Kicks it to Millie Wilkin. Now she's got Amy Butterfield, who's been in everything at the moment.
Yeah, Blue Warriors up here, so Burnside likely to face a bit of extra pressure now. So they're...
So ball knocked down. Ground ball to be won. Ball still on the deck here. Addie Cunningham, as she does customarily, gets out the cage and says, well, if you guys don't want it,
I'll get it.
I'll get a stat. Thanks very much. And who else would you give it to? Amy Butterfield. And she's got Millie Wilkins, so that'll be a good foot race. But Amy looks down, kicks it over to Bianca McKay. And B has got Adele Semler, and B just plying her trade down the outer side there with pace. Tara Guerin just losing the handle of the ball. Looks on the backside here. Oh, good spot there from Mia. Kicks it over here to Holly. Holly just that's that young player mental thing where they spent it before they've caught the ball, thinking they're in a perfect position, and that'll come with State League experience. As ball coming down the outer side here, and Millie Wilkin with Amy Butterfield.
Burnside will be looking to slow it and get some control whilst they wait this penalty out.
So slow already with the yellow tonight. And
now,
ball.
Hannah, I've got a bit of question.
Yep.
Obviously, the changes to free shots over the last year, from man up, man down. What impact does that have with your 19s?
Penalty release, sorry.
The penalty release in...
No, I've just said penalty release. Sorry, Hannah. I was just watching the play.
I mean, it's made the defense very... we've had to be a lot more aware when we're defending, because giving away free shots is something that the coaches are always very, nervous about, because I think that's a really big opportunity just to get a goal on the board and put yourself ahead. So I think it's been good for the offense. They are looking to find those free space calls and be aware of it as well. But defensively, it's been a big thing to focus on, trying to steer away from getting those foul calls.
And what impact has the outer fan? As we look in,
Kelsey just popping it left there of the cage. Good feed inside. Found herself in plenty of space.
Yeah, the rule change to get rid of the outer fan.
That, I think everyone will agree that the attack have to be very, very aware of shrinking in now. I think it's made the play a lot smaller, so you have to be very conscious to bring the ball out and spread out. It's made it hard for the cuts to come through, and dodges have been a little bit harder because everyone kind of collapses in. So I think the attack have had to be very conscious in making an effort to stay big and stay wide, as Sloan just finds herself in middle and over.
Clock's about to come on the field here, so 30 seconds left. Addie Cunningham just tiptoeing the line down there. Can't do what she does as the clock comes on the field, so less than 30 seconds here. So big opportunity there for Burnside that it was. So they will have less than 30 seconds here now. No, the Blue Warriors have the ball. Okay, it's been deemed to have gone out off of Burnside stick. So Addie Cunningham probably just needs to hold this as a 2-1 lead and run out the clock here. Good look down, though. But you don't want to give your opposition the ability to have a go. But now we've got it. Now we've got a real drive here as the clock's still on the field. Limited time.
Counting
Kicks
down,
it over
looking
here
for that
and
shot.
looking for a shot inside. Bang! Oh,
just
little
wide.
backhand right-hander.
But right on the whistle.
So good work there from the two young players in that last little offensive foray, and Holly and Mia just going to the backhand left or right-hand backhand shot. And we've got a 2-1 game here at the quarter time in what was a pretty interesting first quarter.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously only one penalty, or one yellow card for the quarter. That was Sarah Lowe serving that, and she didn't seem
too happy about that one.
Oh, yeah. Who's happy with a penalty, to be honest, as the referees are just down the back there searching the bushes for all the balls that they lost that quarter, I think.
Yep.
If they need more, I might have some in my car. But, they get lost at my training. So goal scorers for the quarter there. For Burnside, Kate Lightbody getting her first of the game and first for Burnside. So that was their only scorer. And on the Woodville side, we had...
Blue Warriors side. We had Annie Ritchie with one and Charlotte Winnan with the other. So putting the Blue Warriors ahead by one at the end of the first quarter.
And the goalies did a good job there. So Addie had a couple of really good saves. They had 3 saves all that quarter. Although the shots that came down the Blue Warriors' end to the Burnside keeper, I'm sure the coaches would be talking about that at quarter time.
Yeah, I think there are a couple to the stick, but that's nothing that the girls can work on, just that adding in that extra fake and sort of moving through that. As we're about to hear from our sponsors.
In traditional. And back we are here at Glenelg Lacrosse Club. And big shout out to Braden up there, just braving the cold, mate, in what is although they say it's warmer as you get higher. So, no, he's shaking his head up there on the camera. So, we're doing a great job up there, Braden. And thank you to Hannah Goff for being in the commentary with us this evening. And obviously Marty Baker, who is making it all happen over there. As we see a 2-1 game at quarter time. It is actually quite a beautiful night out here, apart from the fact that it's
quite
chilled
chilly.
down a bit. But you won't notice that as the game goes on in your game because you'll be running too much.
Too much running.
And we might send a couple of shout-outs here on Lacrosse SA TV. Joshy Harris is watching. Obviously, we said a big shout-out to Grant Semler before. He's having gin and tonic over in Melbourne. So, obviously, that's the coronavirus cure in Victoria at the moment. Paul Kernahan, big shout-out to you, Paul Leaks. He says, go, come on, Blue Warriors. He's all over the Sturt Woodville team at the moment. And it says Hannah Goff and Polly Farmer and a few others are watching. So, Hannah Goff. Oh, look at that. I'm even watching. So, send us your shout-outs. We've got about 45 people watching live on the Facebook at the moment. We cannot get your comments on the YouTube, unfortunately, but if you are watching it on the big 60-incher in front of the 30-degree heater, thinking how good's this, as the ball is won by Millie Wilkin, and she's finding her way. She managed to get some separation, kicks the ball down in the middle, just looks over there, and that wasn't a great pass to Zadie Cunningham. She was coming out to the races, wasn't she, when that happened?
Yep.
Not a great pass, to be honest, in the middle there for the 1 metre pass.
Yeah, I think it was
better
a
off
bit
having
late.
a shot. I think that's just me coaching. Naomi Lowe, big shout out to Naomi. She says hashtag Bears uncaged. And I can see that without my glasses, Noam. Big shout out to you. And Connor McGee's also watching. So Connor played his... plying his craft in lacrosse. Oh, a little over the back there. Just something a little special for Friday nights live down here.
Spicing it up.
As Addie says, yeah, that's all right, but not in my house.
Yeah, Addie just ate that one up.
She will eat that up all night, those ones, unfortunately. Oh, there's a little one happening here. So if Michaela actually goes here, there's one over the top. If Addie can hit that one over the top. So Yep, and then push back over the. If Addie can come up a bit, there's look at the room at the back here. If she finds that one out the back, because none of these Bears defenders are goal side. As kicks it over to Tam, and Tam has the ball, just under immense pressure there from her Burnside opponent.
Steph Small is applying pressure and Kate Lightbody through the middle, but Butsy just breaking her way through.
Breaking ankles, obviously. Obviously, hopefully Cody's watching that when he comes out the cage, because she is breaking ankles tonight and doing a fantastic job for her team. And early on, putting herself up for that living choice player of the game.
Definitely. She's been really aggressive through the midfield. As we see Mia Inch taking her dodge, finding the inside, just being covered really tightly, finds Charlotte Winnan.
Oh, she's just stepping through.
Making her way through just a bit far on the left pipe.
But no damage done there as Annie Ritchie picks the ball up out the back. Hard to stop is Charlotte when she is at full flight.
Yep.
So a shot had there, but again off the cage. You know, they really need to get these shots on cage. Tara with the ball, steps around her opponent. Good check in the middle there. Ball to be loose on the ground. Great pickup
By Izzy.
Izzy there, and where's one and
going to get that foul.
That is the fantastic grab ball there from Izzy.
Yeah,
she was fearless in that. As she has the ball, and she comes under pressure now from Tara. Kicks it inside there to Kelsey. Kelsey drops the ball.
Under a lot of pressure.
Again, pressure to be had, but Olivia Parker, she's off to the races, given the opportunity. She steps down.
Oh, and just a bit high.
Are they going to rue these misses come towards the end of the game?
Because they've had quite a number of shots, but they're just not able to get it quite in.
Well, obviously, Beck has had, as we see there was an offside call there from Burnside, I believe. And I'm still seeing them offside.
No.
No, sorry, there's one hiding behind them.
Hiding behind the camera.
sorry, Katie, we saw you. Just couldn't see you through there as the ball is going to be cleared here by Beck. So maybe the Blue Warriors were offside there. I did hear a shout out for offside. And that's kicked it down, but Olivia Parker should pick that up with ease. And she's got 2 on her, but that opens up. So if there's some runners here, they've got numbers as the Lindsay Looker. She finds her way. Sorry, that's Kate. They're all about that same height.
Yeah. Tara looking to work behind.
There's just not enough movement here at the moment from the Blue Warriors. When they set themselves to go and do what they want to do, they look really good. But at the moment, they're looking around for one person to do some work, and the rest of them all stand around. So they're looking at the moment
just taking
here.
Some time.
So Liv stepping inside, and there she goes.
Finds the bottom left-hand corner.
That one away does Olivia Parker. That's her first of the evening. And that will stretch the lead here as we look on
the living choice replay.
Oh, you're all over it, Hannah.
She just manages to find a step on the left-hand side and does a great, powerful bottom left-hand shot.
And a great shot, isn't it? I mean, down low, going away from that distance, really difficult. And, she'll come back, but and really good there because she found the ground ball down the end here, managed to work her way back, gets the ball up. But again, there's still a little bit too much standing around, and they're looking for that one-on-one game.
A little bit stagnant.
So if Burnside can just that
put
defence up
pressure.
by 10%, those won't happen as we see Millie and Amy just rubbing his racing on the, they're both competitors when they cross the white line. So ball in here, Megan Smith against Olivia Parker. That's 1-1-1. Someone will win it. Get it? 1-1. 1.
Liv Parker.
No.
Yep.
You're not over my jokes tonight. As 1-1 won it.
1-1 won it.
Kicks it down the back here and here. And good pace.
Oh,
that is going to be a
push call.
But that's what with pace, it really makes the defense.
Yeah, it is hard to defend, especially on the crash. It's hard to not. It's hard to not foul.
And I can tell you the quick whistle's gone. Steps inside and bang, pops it down. Bounce shot. And Holly Dinny on the scoreboard. Is that her first, Marty? Potentially.
Yeah,
right.
by the way the Blue Warriors got around her and celebrated that. Yeah, let's have a look at the replay here.
And nothing better. As they're getting around her here, we see on the replay there. And, yep, definitely her first state league goal. So probably one of many to come there from Holly Dinny. And
yeah,
congratulations,
just getting a high five
Holly.
from Addie there. So.
As Burnside don't look like what they see, and they've called a timeout here. So just not liking the defensive structure, but really good there from Holly. The first foray into it went really hard and quickly towards it, which drew the penalty.
And found her space. Yeah,
found her space. Great shot.
The Blue Warriors are definitely winning on the lower shots, so it'll be interesting to see whether they keep that up or try to put some high.
And we might send a couple of more shout-outs here as we see on here. Amelia Zander's watching. Mills, congratulations for you guys. And Bob Benger's watching. Stacey Appleton, she says, let's go Blue Warriors. Grant Semler says, countdown clock on screen not ticking down. Yep, we're all over that. Marty's just giving me the thumbs up there, Grant. Because they're not actually simulated with the bench clocks, we try our best here, but apologies for that. Steve Fisher, well, Marty, sometimes we forget. Steve Fisher's also watching. Joanne Verassi is also watching. She says, go Blue Warriors. Dana Johnson's also watching. Amy Milbank is also watching. She says, go Blue Warriors. Felicity Evans watching. Megan Wilson says, go Blue Warriors, you've got this. Joanne Verassi says, woohoo, Holy Dinny, and Rick Benedix is also watching, and Julia watching as well. So a big shout out to everyone live and free here on LSA TV. And 55 viewers at the moment, and who knows how many are on the YouTube watching the big screen there.
So Charlotte's first go in centre here, so I reckon they're looking to get it out at the centre and look to the wing players.
So snap, about to happen, quietens down. Here we go. Oh, the little flick on there from Millie. But Amy, good pressure, and she kicks it down to Kate Lightbody. Kate Lightbody is...
Kelsey behind, really slowing it down. They're going to really want to look to get a good goal and get themselves back into this game.
Well, they want to get their feet moving, kick it up to Slow. She's had opportunities tonight, Slow. Millie hasn't really attacked the cages yet. But I think that may change very, very quickly as the ball kicks over to Slow. She's going to drive right here. Good space. Kicks, just over the top, but that nearly came off. But good movement from the Burnside Bears. As we are going to have a 3-second call here. Better movement there, the PM.
Yeah, definitely. I think that movement is where you're really able to draw those 3-second calls. So
Would
if
you prefer to
Burnside
see an advantage called?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep the game
Yeah.
moving. And, great defense there
Great
from
intercept
Charlotte.
by
Interception.
Charlotte.
And again, Millie Wilkins, but that's up the field, hitting Hope a little bit. So ball to be won on the ground. 2 green against 2 blue. And Olivia Parker
finds it.
that 1-1. But Burnside coming back in numbers, so there's no advantage there for the Blue Warriors. And they will settle it down now and just assess what they've got as Charlotte comes just to the right there of Bianca as she kicks it on to the first-time goal scorer, State League Women's, Holly Denny, as she's got the appetite for it at the moment.
She definitely does. I think what's great about Holly and Mia is that they're really not afraid to go in and give it their all. They're just going, immersing themselves in this, giving it everything that they've got, and that's where they'll get all their experience.
And you
so
can see
kudos to them.
The pace of Millie Wilkins just pops it up, makes things happen, and
Oh,
there's
amazing.
a beautiful transition goal, and you see Millie Wilkins there just popping it
Down
over.
to Megan Smith.
And that's great movement. Pace will win out majority of the time.
As we're about to see here on the Living Choice replay, Millie's just bringing it down. Defense slides up and Sarah finds herself free.
And you can see there on the replay, she had Annie Ritchie, who's not slow.
No.
And Millie Wilkins puts the jets on, and she gave 3 to 4 metres before she, gave that ball up. So that'll tell you the pace she was moving, and just kicking to the free player, which the transition offence at its best.
It's very
right there.
effective when it works out.
So Megan Smith with her first of the game, and that brings it back to a 4-2 game here. About 7-ish minutes to go in the quarter. So 4-2. Entertaining game, though.
Very entertaining.
We hope you're enjoying it. Thanks to Living Choice and Traditional on LSA TV and on the YouTube. And also a big shout out to Amy Butterfield. She's just going, what's going on here? As, good save there from Addie. She just played it. And there's an over one here if Addie can get this quickly. So, outstanding. That was one for the cameras too, wasn't it? That's a slips catch if you've ever seen one. Amy thought, I'm off to the races here. And if she can put one in here off that miraculous take in the middle to make it a 3-4 game. Good back up there, though, from Lightbody with a shot from as Sarah Lowe just getting tangled up there. Oh, steps inside, ball lost. Ground ball to be won. And just a nice set. No settle. Goes hard at it. Good save again from Addie.
By Addie.
But flag up before that.
Call.
So you would think that the save and the shot.
I think the whistle was blown before the shot was taken.
So
Steph
Addie,
Smalls with an
look at
opportunity.
Addie just giving her all the right hand side here, just baiting her, and the step at Addie. Good job there from Addie Cunningham, but 2 down the back there, Kate and Kelsey. They were all over where that shot was happening. Don't you love the way she baited you right?
Oh, yeah.
You know where you're shooting.
Yeah. She's an amazing goalie. She's an
just
amazing goalie.
Made her go even righter, if that's a word. So, and if you want to do things right, why wouldn't you do it with Living Choice?
That's for sure.
There's
no question.
Living done right as Kate Lightbody just steps in with pace. Addie Cunningham.
Addie eats it
She
up.
goes, not in my house. Thank you very much, does Addie. And that's her 4th save of the quarter so far.
Interesting. All the Burnside shots have been coming low on Addie, and she's really good at getting down there. So it'd be interesting to see whether they change it up or if they just keep trying to find a low spot.
As Addie just brings the ball up slowly as it seems to pour out here. No, good look there from kicks it over here to Tam. And if you only saw what I was doing there, it all makes sense. Oh, monster. But Amy goes. There she goes. The quick whistle. No, not going to allow that. Is Natalie. She just says, chill it out. I'll be in charge here. Thank you very much. Now let's play. Good work there from Nat. She's one of the best umpires in the world, is Nat. And she just officiates and lets you know exactly what's going on, doesn't she?
Yeah. Amy Butterfield again doing an immense amount of work through the midfield.
Oh, looks inside.
Finds Charlotte winning.
Winning, pops.
Oh, again, just a bit high.
Just need to retweak those sticks. I wonder whether they're using the mesh sticks.
Maybe.
Right? Oh, is there any correlation to those? Oh, I just like to add a little bit of drama. but who knows? And Rebecca Halloran says, go Bears. Naomi Lowe says, slow. Low with slow. And Yvette Usher is also watching. So the ball here.
Inge working across the top, looking
She's
to
got
drive at the
pace too.
45.
Good there from...
Great defence by Izzy.
And they would have played a little bit against each other, no
Yep.
doubt, through those junior grades. As we see,
Annie working the 45 up to Liv.
she has Millie
To
Wilkins.
Charlotte.
Slow against Charlotte. Again, they're just not enough movement at the moment from the Blue Warriors. They're sort of very stationary in that offense, and they're waiting for one person to do it and the rest of them to try and clear through, as we've just see there. Or good inside look.
defence.
Ball to be won, and who would win that?
Liv.
One O'Parker.
Annie all
Good
taking the
cut.
centre, but a bit of a fumble.
And that will be the keeper's ball. And big shout out also to Aussie Lax Gear. If you want your lacrosse gear, get in touch with the guys on AussieLaxGear.com.au, and Pete will sort you out. He's sorting out everybody in the lacrosse community at the moment. So look
is.
after our own and locals. Ball kicks over the top
Kicks
here.
high up
Oh,
to Megan Smith.
good
Good
from-
fumble.
that was
Millie
good.
Wilkin on the ground ball, hustling hard.
Good there. And there we go. Lindsay Looker just
Lindsay.
picks the ball up.
Oh, but a-
Unfortunately, just going to pop that one out of bounds, but really good ground ball there from Lindsay Looker in her first State League game for the Burnside Bears. So she's just put it to us. Tamara did a really good job then. She didn't interfere with that stick, put her stick up where she thought it was coming, and as we see here, Kit, haven't called Kit's name tonight much, so she's just coming for a bit of a run, and that's going to be an offside on Burnside. So ball will come back, and they'll have one sit out. Oh, no, just been... okay, not much of an advantage there, to be honest.
No.
Would have kept that one maybe going. As Kit brings the ball into offense, and she's been dangerous in front of the cage
Definitely.
lately, and steps around. Is she going to be dangerous here? Oh, a little bounce shot. Todd just gives her a little bit in the background here, just quietly. He says that's probably not the way you shoot, but I won't say that live on camera. Ball to be won here. It's going to be an advantage call. Nope. So Annie will have to come back. Megan Smith takes off. And Annie is going to run with her, but Megan Smith has pace. Can be a game winner in her own right, Megan Smith.
Definitely.
Now, Hannah, can you give us a little bit more clarification on the self-start one?
We've had a bit of a talk about this training because it is one that's a little bit confusing. I think there's no self-start in the last 30 seconds of the first 3 quarters and the last 2 minutes of the last. And you can't free start within a certain width, like distance from the
Yep.
sideline.
Yep. Yeah, no, it has to come in. It has to come in. I think it's 7 metres
Yeah.
in. So you've got to be a self-start within that, and you've got to be away from...
I think it's a really good rule that's really helped.
Oh,
Oh,
Eddie
right
raced
on
down the
left,
end there.
but Looks like Slow's taken one to the head. No call though.
As she's all right. She's up and about. Does slow. And just slow to get up. As Lindsay Looker was out the back there. She got the back up there. So clock's on the field here. We've got a 4-2 game just before the half. Less than 30 seconds to go with Burnside in attack. And
They'll definitely be looking to find something here to get them just one under.
loses the ball, but pre-check deemed there. So Burnside will take the ball
So there'll
here.
be a free shot here. So this
Watch
is a
Addie.
big
Look at her.
shot.
Look at her. Look at her giving the right. You watching this?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No free
no
shot.
free shot.
No free shot. So just baiting. Love goalies that bait like that. Oh,
It's
good there
Kelsey's
from
taken
Kelsey.
from-
Oh, Kelsey's just been monstered in the crease. And are we going to have
We're
a
gonna
card
have a
here?
card
Who's
here.
going to wear this one? Yep,
Amy
Amy
Butterfield.
Butterfield. Hey, she'd be about $1.20 on for your yellow card on a Friday Night Live, as she's got one for a big push. So Amy gets her first yellow of the game.
This will be big for Burnside. This one shot.
Mind you, Amy has had an outstanding game so far. So
Oh, and Kelsey finishes at the bottom left corner.
great timely goal from Burnside there.
Very timely. Just as we hear the whistle for the
Whoa.
start, end of the first half.
We've
As we're about to see on the Living Choice replay. She just manages to find that bottom left corner.
And that is a 3-4 game at half time. And am I on with my my draw?
Could very well be.
Hey, I'm
Could
just
be.
on draws all year. That's all I'm going to do. Because eventually, if you
The first, we set you up with this
Yeah.
expectation of eternal draws.
they're
going to
call me the draw
season.
man,
Oh,
and I'm going to have to go draw
No.
man.
No.
No,
No, you
No,
have to
no
pick.
scut
You
man.
have to start picking. You can't just go for the fence sitting draw.
Can't go for the fence. No, I'm going for the fence hitting draw because that's exciting.
No, but there's an OT, so who's going to win the OT?
Hannah's
so you
almost,
have to
Hannah's
play
almost in
someone.
tears here with the OT talk we're having right now.
Oh.
We might go through the goal scorers for that quarter for Burnside. Hannah?
Burnside Kelsey with a nice free shot there at the last in the last 30 seconds, and Megan Smith with one early on.
And on the other side for the Blue Warriors, I should say,
Olivia Parker.
just with a single. So Burnside win the quarter 2-1. And given the amount of ball they had, Woodville had opportunities again.
Woodville did have a lot of shots that quarter.
And I'll say, are they going to rue those missed opportunities? Because you get limited opportunities in a game. They've had plenty of shots. I don't actually think that Bet Green had a save that quarter. Well, I didn't get it. And if she did,
I don't think
it's
so. I
just
think they
dribbled
were just
from a ground ball. Whereas
the
Addie,
shots were just above and to the left, and
Well-
just a little bit here and there.
and Addie's had to have 5 saves down that way.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting situation at the moment. Burnside were doing that, and obviously the next game.
Yes, the next game.
Another
We're
OT,
already
another OT
jumping into
game.
the next, no,
Another OT
gosh.
game is the is your mob. Your mob.
Yes, my mob.
Hey, the Wildy
Wildy.
mob against
The Wildy Lions.
against the GLC Seahawks.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting game.
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a real test for us. Glenelg have got an amazing side this year, and they've been putting up great fights in all of their games. And so I think we're really, really keen to get out and play it and give it our best shot. Hopefully, across the board, everyone will step up, and hopefully we can get close and win. Not with an OT, ideally.
Yeah, the I'm going to go against the grain here.
You're going to go
Off my
in OT?
normal.
You're going to go draw?
No, I'm going all the way Wildy tonight.
Oh,
No OT, all the way Wildy. How's that?
okay. All right.
There's no pressure. Okay, I'm never wrong.
Oh,
P-
gosh. Great.
the
So that's
PM.
a lot of pressure.
I'm never wrong, the PM. So Wildy in an absolute upset, 12-3 over Glenelg.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, putting it out there to lacrosse land. What are your thoughts out there in LSA TV land? Am I on the money, or am I have I had one red too many already? But I'm thinking there we might give a couple of shout outs here too while we're at half time. Dave Powers is watching. Sue Morrissey says go Blue Warriors. Lyndon Southwell's also watching. Lyra Milbank. Peter Walton over there in WA. Pete, g'day mate. Hope you're well, enjoying the live lacrosse, and I hope the lacrosse is starting to go well over in WA land. Richard Smith is also watching. G'day, Doctor. Marilyn Fuss, Australian team manager, is Marilyn Fuss. So shout out to you, Maz, watching. Kearney's still on the line. Greg Larwood's watching. V. Withrell says Bears woohoo. Anika Petitius, is that Nicole's sister? Anika? No, it's a Petitius. So a mum, sorry. There I am. I do know what I'm saying. And she says, go Burnside as we do. And Nicole out there tonight. And Bianca Parker is watching as well. So Bianca obviously not playing for the Blue Warriors this year.
As we just see a poll go up on LSA TV for the next game.
For the next game.
Money's on. Are you with Tony or?
No, I'm on.
You're on?
Wildy, 12-3
Wildy.
over the Glenelg. I'm putting it out there tonight, okay? I don't often put it out there,
Okay.
but I'm putting
All
it out
right.
there because you're sitting next to me. And you know what? I'm just thinking the offensive power that comes into the Wildy side tonight with yourself, Jess.
Jackie, Lucy.
Lucy, they keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Penny.
Number one. and we might go to a quick ad break. So I stop talking absolute, and we'll see something. Whenever you go. There we go. Just saying you go, because Hannah's going to have to go and get ready very shortly for this big second game, the doubleheader live on LSA TV. Brought to you by Living Choice and Traditional. And a little bit of a shout out to our Aussie, laxgear.com.au for Pete Greenhow. Get on, get your gear. As the ball is to be won in the middle.
Hotly in dispute.
And Burnside with the momentum at the moment, 2-1 in that third quarter. And they're just on that little bit of a comeback at 4-3.
Yeah, I think, are they still man up? Yeah, it looks like they are. They still have, with Amy Butterfield on the penalty, holding on from the last quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how Burnside go running this man up play and if they can get up to even the scoreboard early on in the second half.
So Amy just going over on the bench there, just checking how much more time she has to serve. Ball kicking around the top here. But not really attacking the cage in a man-up situation at the moment. Looking just to have some as light body. Steps in, looks inside. Ooh. Oh, Charlotte, that's her second pick-off like that tonight in the middle. Looks up, and there could almost be a release here of that penalty. No, not far off. As Liv Parker just breaks down. They are in a man-down situation, so a score against here would be huge, but Liv Parker just pops out and might run the rest of this clock down if... no, we're going to have a 3-second as well. It's all happening here at Glenelg Lacrosse Club in the first of our doubleheader here between the Blue Warriors and the Burnside Bears. And there can't be long left in that penalty, so they'll be back to even very shortly.
Annie Ritchie working it up the top, trying to find a little step inside.
Good defence there, though, from Del Semler. And on cue there, we see Grant sending out a message. He says, Lucy Schultz is also over here with me. Bears on the comeback. Yes, they are. And he says, Cameron there somewhere. So hugs to him. So there you go. Big hugs to you, Cam. I can see you on the outer side there, mate. So when you get back home and watch it with Adele, big shout out to you. And I'll give you hugs as well because Cam's a wonderful bloke.
Amy looking like she's almost ready to come back on.
Charlotte about to be released. Oh, steps back into trouble.
Even, so we're even here.
Even now. Charlotte steps on, and she's just going to go to the cage. And, stick side again. Stick. They are going to rue these misses, I'm telling you.
Amy Butterfield looking for the ground
has come off, 2-on-1.
2-on-1.
Steps inside, she's got one. Oh, unlucky there from Megan. That's going to go a green ball. No, that came off. Definitely came off a Burnside stick, as Nat Owens was all over that one. So Amy with the ball, she's been, that's her 9th clearance.
Yep, that's a massive number.
As a defender, doing a great job. As ball kicks down here to Charlotte. And so they got away with that a bit, did the Blue Warriors.
Yeah, managed to hold out well. I think Burnside will be kicking themselves if they weren't able to score off that one. So they'll definitely be looking to defend aggressively here and look to try and get the ball down into their offense to even the score.
But yeah, you just got to take those opportunities when they present, because if you don't, good crash, and there's free space. So that's going to be a free shot to Liv Parker. Now this is one that she should put away, given the opportunity with the quality that Liv brings as an offensive player. But Beck doing a good job in there too, even though the balls have been thrown at stick side high, just steps in, and that one's a great shot.
Straight down to the bottom left corner.
Down the bottom, and that's her first of the second half. Well, that is the first goal of the second half and her second goal of the game.
Yeah, putting Blue Warriors up by 2, as we see here on the Living Choice replay. Just takes a couple steps in, powered down straight into the bottom left corner.
And I'm going to say most of the goals are the Blue Warriors, and they really needed that one because Burnside have been
they've been finding their way back.
They have. So ball back in the centre here. We see the we see Kelsey in the middle here. I don't know whether that's Annie or Michaela in the centre there. No, that is Michaela. Just couldn't quite see the number. I saw the hair, saw that. That was Michaela. And Amy again with another clearance. Just on fire at the moment is Amy Butterfield with the clearances, and she's certainly bringing her team every chance to bring it into the offense tonight. Having a
Definitely. She may not be getting the
great
goals.
cut inside there. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, all good. Not getting goals, but getting the ball into offense, and that's just as crucial as getting it in the back of the net. If it's not down there, you can't shoot it. So.
Yeah, well, those forward forays into your eye, and that one's just trickled out of bounds from a really bag stick. So we've got the poll on Facebook. Who's going to win the next big game? I'm all over the. Yeah, your mob. The PM 12-3. So don't let me down as the ball kicks up here to Williams. Just pops that one over the top. Oh, Kels with the ball. Amy Butterfield's around there. But ground ball to be won. Ball still to be won. Millie Wilkin picks it up. And let's see her just accelerate away from her players. Can't beat pace. She's got Addie Ritchie steps inside.
Oh, an amazing save by Addie.
Just a great foot save there. But again, Millie Wilkins, when she plays that that real pace, really
hard to stop.
Yeah, really hard to stop. So here it is. Who will win the Glenelg versus Wildy game? I'm on Wildy. There we go. You saw that first. Hannah, I've voted now, just because I can, because I've got the live stream on here, just watching all your comments. And Josh Harris is also watching. So 55-3, 53 is the score.
Yes.
Not 53 goals to nothing.
No.
It is 5-3 the way of the Blue Warriors. But Sarah Lowe has something to say
Kelsey
about
finds
that.
her way in.
Oh, Addie with another foot. Just finding the way. She's playing a
amazing
good game as well tonight. That's her second save in about as many minutes on the foot. She's really standing up down there for the Blue Warriors. I'm sure she'll be telling the girls about it too. Mark Noble's watching. Kylie and Nick Clothier are also watching. Big shout out to you guys. Love you guys. Stacey, Jackie Woodford. Oh, love Jack. Big shout out to you, Jack. And obviously...
Kate Lightbody receiving a massive amount of pressure as soon as she gets inside.
So Jack obviously watching Laura at the moment. Laura's doing a great job.
She is.
They always say when you don't notice the umpires or referees that they're doing a great job, and we really haven't noticed them tonight. So it's a one of those things in sport when everyone gets to the ability and they don't. So Peter Greenhow, he says go Blue Warriors. You know who he's on. Pete, who's your tip from Aussie Lax Gear for the next game, mate? I'm on Wildy 12-3. Am I dreaming, or am I in an alternate universe?
I think we're not winning the poll.
Hey, I voted. So ball into the middle to the slow lines up. Good defence there from B. Oh, Addie
the Woodville pressure
steps
has
out.
been.
Open cage, just missing the backhand, right hand. Just needed to pop it away. Addie came out the cage to get it and pops that one wide. Again, opportunities. When they present, you've got to take them. All right, that's my coaching tip for tonight for you, PM.
Oh, another massive save again from Addie.
Addie with a back check as well. And who's that on the ground? Amy Butterfield.
Amy Butterfield and
with Kate Lightbody picking herself up. Rubbin's racing, they say, at the top level.
Definitely. Burnside really looking hard to find their way inside, but the Blue Warriors are doing an amazing job at crashing and taking away that space. It's been hard for Burnside to find those opportunities.
And another shot there from Steph Small. Just bounces over. So Addie getting plenty of pressure put on her at the moment, even though a few of these are missing. She's made some fantastic saves. And again,
definitely not holding back and coming out.
But Burnside, they're pushing at the moment.
They are. They're definitely wanting to get back and close that gap.
Millie Wilkin against Amy Butterfield. No, just kicks it down the back to Kate Lightbody.
Looking for some cuts here.
Kate has Tam on. She's a left-hander. Just keeps on the hips. So good check there from... no,
That'll
not a good check there. Might have popped some bubbles. So Kate Lightbody...
Free shot, Kate Lightbody. A big shot here if she can get this one in.
So the 5-3 game, Lightbody against...
Can she make it 5-4?
Cunningham. Steps in. Oh, good crash there.
Great crash.
That was a fantastic crash there from Annie Ritchie. But inside, Megan Smith.
And she finds it.
Parts the waves there, does Megan Smith.
And on that note, I'm going to have to depart to get ready for this.
On that note, but Hannah Goff, the PM, thank you very much for joining us here on Living Choice and
good.
Traditional.
Anytime.
LSA TV, we look forward to you. And 12-3, remember? Okay, don't
Yeah,
let me down.
I'm on it.
Don't let me down. All right.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
to the PM for joining us here for the first game. And we will... Yep, that's all right. We're just getting it right here. So you don't... I mean, most people want to hear a bit of tone deaf here as the PM just shoots off. We got a 5-4 game here. The Blue Warriors up against Burnside. It is a 1-goal game, 2 in the middle, and that's going to be a reface in the centre. As a really interesting game develops here, and I did call this one for a draw to go into overtime as well. So let us know what you think, where the game sits at the moment. Twisty's watching, Dennis Hansford's also watching. As ball back in the centre, Amy Butterfield. She'll pick the ball up, and another clearance for Butterfield. Doing a fantastic job. Hits Michaela Ritchie up the field. She has Millie Wilkin on her. And just finding the space there. Now, the Blue Warriors will want a really good set here in offense to just try and draw one back as Charlotte Winnan sits on the back corner. Good. That'll be a 3-second call. Or a push. No, pushes her into the circle. Okay, just pushing there from Williams. So she's going to have to come out. Gives an opportunity here for the Blue Warriors. Pete Greenhow from Aussie Lax Gear says he is going with the Bays. Sorry, PM, but he's going with the Bays next one. Let us know who you think's going to win the next game. Big game against the Bays and the Wildy. And the current voting at the moment.
74% to 26.
74 to 26. So everyone's on the Bays. You know what? Sportsbet, gamble responsibly. They would have them, but I'd give them an opportunity tonight. Would Wildy, given what I've seen, and they'll be hungry after going down in 2 OT games. As Charlotte just tosses that one on the feet of B. McKay, and Holly steps inside. A little bit of razzle dazzle with that stick work. They've been out here and training a lot while we've been out doing the in the crease shows down here. Oh, great cut from Ritchie. Again, massive cut. Ground ball to be won, but that's going to be picked up there by Beck Green, who tosses the ball out here towards Millie Wilkin. Amy Butterfield just coming in to lend a little bit of hurt. And we've got a 5-4 game as Megan Smith runs down the field unopposed at the moment. Kira Lee, Kit steps inside. Good defense, kicks it over. Good save again from Addie. Another huge foot save. That's 3 this quarter with the feet save, and certainly keeping her team in it at the moment is Addie Cunningham, and certainly putting her hand up with the Australian team. What they'd be interested in watching those one-on-one contests.
I was more thinking the living choice plays over the game.
Oh, I'm just thinking Amy Butterfield at the moment with those clearances is just in front for me at the moment, but we're still only in the 3rd quarter, and anything can happen here as Kelsey's going about her work as well. As ball sits down, and oh, good save again as Slow goes, what do I have to do to put one in the back of the net? And Slow will line up again here. Ball down the back. Lindsay Looker just losing the ball there, but Kate Lightbody going about her work. She's a lefty. She steps in front. Good defense there. As Michaela Ritchie just draws the ire of the black and white there. So, again, wonder whether she learns anything from the last time here, Kate Lightbody. Again, a big foot save the last free shot she had. So, Kate Lightbody steps in. Good check, good trail check there from Kit. But
Needs to be 2 steps and walk.
But slow, yeah. Sometimes they just, they've just got to learn to ping the ball. But then again, with a good keeper in there, maybe sometimes that makes you want to not do that. Steps inside. Oh, good defense again from the Blue Warriors. We're going to have a withholding there.
Hold.
That ball is going to go the way of the Blue Warriors. And Addie will pick the ball up and give it over there to Bianca McKay as the Blue Warriors just start to clear the space. And Addie's just stepping out the back here to potentially get this ball and walk it up. She's under pressure is B with 2 Burnside players, but steps out. There's an over there. She just tells her to bring it up. Megan Smith outrun there by Bianca McKay. Good little bit of a swipe. Advantage called there from Mickey Voisey. Good cut inside again from Annie Ritchie. Ball comes around the back. Oh, just that little pass has been on from both sides tonight. They're just trying to throw a metre pass, and it's not really working, Marty, at all.
No, it's certainly not. But Burnside are throwing away a few chances here.
Again, it's those opportunities that you get that if you don't take those golden rung moments, they can really come back to haunt you. And you see it in all levels of sport. You know, it takes me back to a grand final. I reckon it was back in '98, North Melbourne, Adelaide. And North Melbourne had all the play. I reckon they kicked about 1 goal 8 or something in the first quarter. And the Crows come over the top because they'd had their opportunities. They could have effectively put it away.
I do remember watching that replay, and I was like, I didn't think we played that badly in the first quarter.
No, but opportunities have. Steps inside. A quick stick there from Charlotte Wynnum from Olivia Parker. And that's going to put the score out to a 6-4 game here. And, you know, the Blue Warriors love that as Addie Cunningham comes up the field to congratulate her teammates. As we have a timeout here by the look of it. No, maybe the clock was on the field. Okay, so that could be 3-quarter time there, Marty. Sorry, I might have missed that one. With the clock on the field, it was in all the excitement of watching what was going on. Charlotte Wynnum scores that one right on the death, and that is her second of the game. And the assist to Olivia Parker, as I've just been mentioned here by our great cameraman up there, just freezing his projectors off. But he's not missing any of the action up there. Not even missing the assist, is he? He's all over it. He should be my stat man, I reckon. He's on that. And the Blue Warriors are just taking a bit of a lead there into the fourth quarter. As we see the goal scorers for that quarter. Liv Parker with 1 and Charlotte Wynnum with 1. And for the Burnside Bears, we saw Megan Smith get 1. And that was it. So it's going 1-2, 2-1, 1-2. At a 6-4 game. So really set up for a last quarter, because if we have a 2-1 game, it's going to be a 1-goal game to the Blue Warriors. But if we can get a 3-1 quarter, we're into overtime, and that's where I'm tipping this one's going. So huge.
It's good to have OT back with the women. Huge
last quarter. I might actually get onto the LSA TV site and just give a couple of shout-outs. Lawrence J. McGill, who does a fantastic job through lacrosse here in South Australia with the photos and everything he brings. And I'm sure that most people would have a picture from Jay at some point, or Lawrence from some point, on their profile picture on some sort of social media. Would I be wrong, Marty?
Absolutely not.
I know I have had. So a big shout out to you. Mel Ryan's watching as well. Sam Voisey says, sorry, Hannah. It will be Glenelg in overtime. Oh, there we go. Glenelg in overtime, says Sam. So a little bit of coverage, a little bit of controversy. I've got them 12-3 down, but I like what I see. Warren Gaspari, big shout out to you, Mr. Gasper, the postie. Taylor Voisey is also watching. Nikki Voisey's watching. How can Nikki Voisey be watching? She's live and free on the actual black and white here. So maybe she's just listening to what I'm having to say. But they do a great job. Nigel Wapper says top goal. Amy Milbank says go Blue Warriors. Bianca Parker, what a quarter by Addie. Those one-on-one saves, yeah, they were absolutely awesome going through there. Sarah Adams says, Butsy, what a game so far. And she's had about 10 clearances at the moment. And in footy terms, coming into that offence, or in lacrosse terms, with the transition, when your defenders are doing such a good job like that, certainly putting her hand up for the traditional player of the game. Paul Kernahan says a great standard of lacrosse. It really is. Kirsty Bixo, who's watching. Greg Mollison, big shout out to you, Greggy. Sorry to hear that there is no lacrosse over in Victoria at the moment, mate, but I'm sure before we know it, we'll be back to playing those state games, and we will get the rivalry back on, mate. But for now, enjoy, have a beer, sit down, enjoy LSA TV. And Grant Semler, he's watching with his gin and tonic over there, and he says great contest and great coverage. Really appreciate the LSA TV network this far away. What men's league games are coming up this weekend? Well, to tell you, Grant, we're all over it. Sturt playing Brighton tomorrow at Brighton Oval. We have Burnside up against the Glenelg team down there at Burnside.
Woodville, North
leaves
Adelaide.
Woodville, North Adelaide, and I'm not 100% sure where that's being played tomorrow, so if someone can let me know, that would be good. But it'll be a big game down there between the Warriors and the North Adelaide guys, as that's going to be a reface here as we start the fourth quarter at a 6-4 game in the way of the Blue Warriors at the moment.
But Grant, we will tell you that the Glenelg Burnside game is going to be broadcast.
Oh, and the one and only Mr. Sammy Kilford. He's learning how to do foot saves at the moment with Eddie Cunningham out there. Sammy, big shout out to you, brother. Love you, mate. And Rick Smithson's also watching. Ricky, big shout out to you. Josh Tape's watching. Pete Avery's watching. Brady, big shout out for you, mate. No one cares, does say Josh Tape. He says, no one cares, Sam Kilford, that you're watching. He said, at North. Thanks, Josh. So that game between the Warriors and North Adelaide at North.
We're finally away in the fourth quarter.
As Michaela Ritchie, after a couple of centre draws there, just finds her way, just moving the ball on here. So Grant says, thanks all, as the ball is kicked up over here to Miss Enge, who kicks it up to Michaela. And again, those flat feet. Just those flat feet, she just passes. She said, obviously her sister said something wrong to her tonight because she just passed it at her feet down to Annie. Ball down the back here with Tara. Tara likes what she sees. She's got space behind her, but good crash there from the Burnside girls. As Charlotte
Now,
picks up the ball.
Just to give you a bit of a heads up, the full broadcast schedule will be, great knockdown. Will be released early next week.
Excellent. So all your free and live lacrosse on LSA TV. And at the moment with the women's and men's game, Tara just cutting like butter there at the moment as she kicks it into Olivia. Olivia, good pressure. Chelsea, good save there from Beck Green. That one's off the hip. And I reckon that might go to the Blue Warriors. Is it coming back to the Blue Warriors? Yes, it is. Good contest out the back, though. But hungry with the Blue Warriors. Three of them jumping out the back there to the one Burnside player, and Millie Wilkin. And Charlotte will be...
They couldn't work it out.
Oh, couldn't work it out. So 3-1. And fantastic job there from Millie Wilkin. And she'll take it down the back as we have the traditional ball toss. Who wins this, Marty?
Millie.
Oh, he's all over it. Don't ever doubt him. Although she was trying to give it away to you. As Millie Wilkin picks the ball up. And goalie has the ball, does back. After a big hip save, that could prove pivotal in this last quarter. Great outlet to Kelsey Piltz. Kelsey's done a fantastic job tonight too. She's been in everything. She's been open in the forward line. Kicks it down. There's a player on open here. Steps down, left-hander. Bang, big save from Addie. And Kate Lightbody must just be thinking, this State League lacrosse keeper is stopping everything I have at the moment. There's going to be a turnover for an offside.
Looks like it.
So, big save there from Addie, but an offside called here. So, ball's going to go back the way of the Burnside Bears.
Now, Tone, with that indecision, wouldn't it be great to see a possession error? So it's just one way or the other.
Yeah, look, like it goes out of bounds. You know what? Like they're looking for the 6v6 money. You know what? If you don't hit the keeper, whoever threw it, when it goes out, it goes back the other way. So there's no first on as such.
Well, I think they were looking at that to get rid of that ball toss.
Ball toss? Yeah, I don't like the ball toss, Marty. Just putting it out there. But you don't see it very, very often in games. So as Slow picks up the ball, and she is anything but at the moment, picked up by Charlotte Winnan on the double, kicks it to Piltz. Oh, just has one fired at Addie Cunningham comes out the cage, wearing all sorts of splash here, kicks it over here to Olivia Parker. They've got the numbers here to the Blue Warriors. Annie Ritchie's keeping running. Good inside, great defence from the Burnside Bears there. But Kit McKay coming on the outer side. If she looks in, shot had. But that is going to be one across the body there for Kiralee McKay, and she's going to take a free shot here, I believe. And Kit, great running from the defence there, just opened up the backside.
Yeah, Del Semler really closed down the space and made Olivia make an extra pass.
So Kiralee with the shot, steps inside, just try to get too close.
Steps.
They just need to fire the ball. So ball coming back the other way here, the way of Lightbody. Good work there from Michaela Ritchie and Annie Ritchie, she's running in unison with her. Kicks the ball down there to Steph Small. Steph Small looks inside. She's bang, and there she goes. Kate Lightbody liked that one a lot and gets Burnside's first goal of the fourth quarter. And we're back to as we see here on the backside, just steps inside, left-hander.
Good handles.
Great place to take the ball on the left hand, coming from that side, and pops it away. That's her second for the game.
1 goal game.
And sorry about my coughing. We're back to a 6-5 game. As the ball will come back to the centre here. So a huge centre draw to be won. And we're at a 6-5 game. And the two combatants get into the middle here. Olivia Parker in the centre. So a 6-5 game it is. And are we going to OT for the third week in a row? What do you reckon, Braid? I'll shout it out to you. No, he says no. So ball to be won. Olivia Parker against Kelsey Piltz. Olivia Parker wins the ball to herself, but good work there from Millie. Ground ball to be won. And that's going to be a hold or covering. So Millie will take the ball. So Tara just picking up slow on the outer side here. She says, please run slowly. Slow. No. Ball here with Millie Wilkins. She doesn't run slow. Ball down on the ground to be won. Ball picked up there. Looks forward. Great look forward as Nicole has the defence inside there. And Olivia just decides to settle it down. We've got a 3-second call here on Nicole. But just held the ball up enough to get into an offensive structure. Great work there from Mia Inge, just quietly. And Mia Inge, she has Kelsey Piltz. And space is given behind her for if she wants to go. Bianca McKay kicks it over to Annie. And he kicks it over there to Tara. Tara just drives the ball down to the back. And ball. Just assessing the options down there. And ball turned over here, slow. Does a great job on the defensive pressure. Ball kicks forward. So Burnside with another opportunity here. Running the ball in is Steph Small. Steph likes what she has on the outer side. That's Lightbody with the lefty. So they have an opportunity here to tie the ball up with about 7 minutes to go in the...
Almost here, time, I think.
Sorry, Marty, I missed that one. I'll throw to you again.
This is what happens when you turn me down.
No, I know. I turned him down because he walked away. As Piltz picks up the ball, Addie goes to her knees. Didn't get a piece of that one. But Burnside, plenty of movement down here at the moment from the Burnside Bears. Looks inside, just throws the ball away. Great big ground ball to be won here.
Pre-check.
But we've got a pre-check there on Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte's very happy with that call whatsoever. I think that was just a contest. So Kate Lightbody just puts the pressure back on the Blue Warriors defense again. Clears space now. Up there for Megan Smith. Megan Smith just turning herself in all sorts of trouble, but she is going to get...
A bubble?
Oh, I don't know whether that's bubble or free space there. To be honest, she had 3 defenders just...
Well, there was no imminent shot, so it
Well,
has to be a bubble.
she turned her back, didn't she? So, but now she has a shot. So what's Addie got here? Oh, big push from behind. We've got a flag here. That's going to be a push, I reckon. Are we going to see a card here? No, just a push. So
Just a reset.
Megan will have the ball again here. 6-5 game, about 5.5 to go. Live and free on LSA TV. Brought to you by Living Choice and Traditional. As Megan Smith, just great defense there from the Blue Warriors. Just throws the ball at the feet of Millie Wilkin. But Millie good enough to pick it up. She's guarded by Tam. Millie kicks it down there to Lightbody. Little footstep. Does go slow. But good defense there from Mia Inge. And we're going to have a 3-second call here. As Annie Ritchie just pops out the back of that player. So another opportunity here for Burnside. As Slow has the ball, kicks it over here to Kelsey.
Now who's going to be the one Tony, that's going to get the goal for
Well,
Burnside?
I'm thinking Slow or Kate Lightbody. Kate Lightbody's been really good tonight too. She's just that little twizzle has got inside, but good save there from Cunningham. Cunningham will pick the ball up. That's almost checking the goalie. I don't know whether that happens in women's lacrosse, but Addie doing circles down here. She's under pressure, throws it up. She's got Tam. Tam just needs to pick this ball up, but can't quite get a handle on it. As the ball is coming back through the way of Steph, but she is under immense pressure from the Blue Warriors with the shirts all over her, but Slow's on the outer side here by herself. B. McKay just trying to flick the ball up. What have we got here?
Offside.
Offside on green. So lucky break there from Burnside, and maybe that's those little breaks they need at the moment. As the ball kicks down here to Lightbody.
Do you reckon it'll be slow as Steve, Megan Smith? I was going to call Steve
Yeah.
Megan.
I'm thinking Slow is going to be the one who ties it up here and potentially send it into an OT game. But Steph Small seems to be getting a fair bit of room there as well. But we're looking on the right side here. Oh, good save again from Addie. She says, not in my house do you do and try and do that. And she just walks out comfort there in the offense. And good break there from Butterfield. And here we go. Potentially another clearance from Butterfield. This is up around the 12 or 13 mark at the moment from Amy. So she's got out the outer side here, Charlotte. Good job there from Butterfield. And she might have worn one on the wrist or the elbow there. But certainly done a great job for her side tonight.
It's certainly been those two for the Living Choice player of the game.
So ball just being assessed here. And this is a huge opportunity for the Blue Warriors to go 2 up, potentially with 3 minutes to go in this game. And it's almost putting it out of the reach of the Burnside Bears if they can get one on the board here.
It'd be good to see them kill the clock and see whether they can make it a 1 minute game.
So a couple of little shout outs while there's a little bit of a lull here. I'll just keep my eye on Tara Guerin. She's been in everything. Charlotte just cutting through. Amy Milbank. She got a couple of goals in the first round and did really well on the left, but she's on the wrong side for her as Bianca McKay steps in, gets the double flag called there. So she's going to have a free shot here is Bianca McKay. And
really smart play not to shoot there.
And Shane Abbott, he says at North Adelaide. Obviously, Shane coaching the Woodville Warriors at the moment. Braden Simpson's watching tonight. Oh, looks inside. Great feed inside to Charlotte Winnan, left hand. Again, just popping it over the top. And these chances that the Blue Warriors have had.
It's a possession shot, Tone.
Oh, I don't know. Possession shot is in the back of the net to put your 2 in front and go back to a centre draw. That's my sort of possession. So they're a goal up.
2 minute
Oh,
call.
no. So there was a call there. So there was a flag on the play. Sorry, I missed that. And a push called there. So Charlotte with an opportunity steps in. Bang. She doesn't miss out on those when they come. And that's her third for this evening. And that's just that little bit of breathing space that the Blue Warriors have needed. They move out to a 7-5 game here with about just under 3 minutes to go in the 4th term. And Rose says that he can hear someone singing up there at the moment. In these politically correct days, the perfectly adjusted weight woman is singing. So he says he can hear her up there, just starting to tune up. Or maybe
I haven't heard you singing yet tonight.
I did get one in. Okay. I've got one in, 2 for the night. Save one for the next game when Oh, another one here. Amy gets another centre clearance. Oh, and where's one there as well, but keeps going. So she's got pressure on her backside. Here, looks up, just misses a pass. And that could come off. No, not quite. Beck picks the ball up, kicks it out the other side to Slow. Slow looks up. She's got one on the outer side here with Steph Small. As the Blue Warriors come back, there's a push there, but that's going to be brought back. Obviously, that player still impeding the...
And you can't do it in the last 2 minutes.
So
it's actually going to be a turnover.
So the ball will go. Oh, no. Yep. Okay, here we go. So Burnside with the ball. Slow with the ball. As that all gets tidied up. kicks it over here to Megan Smith. Megan Smith has Olivia Parker just coming into her, but Slow stepping in again with pace. Looks down the bottom. Addie Cunningham with another huge save up top. Doing a great job for her Blue Warriors is Addie Cunningham, as she has been all night.
Oh, good intercept.
But just misses the outlet there. And seems to go back inside a little bit, and this can hurt you as Steph Small. She's just guiding through, steps in, and Millie Wilkins says, not going to save that one, Addie Cunningham. Puts it, and that's that off pass that just doesn't hit the target, which comes back inside, and it comes back very, very quickly.
Yeah, and it hurts you quite quickly when you pass the ball into the middle, whereas if you throw it down the line, you know what, it might go out of bounds.
And Millie Wilkin with that one, that's her first of the game. We're back to a one-goal game. So probably under a minute to go here as the, or is that the clock on the field as we see there, Marty? Just rolling out to the outer side there. Looks like that may be the clock coming on the field. So limited time here for the Burnside Bears at 7-6, live on Living Choice and Traditional. And shout out to AussieLaxGear.com.au for all your lacrosse equipment. Huge centre draw, this one. Ball up to be won. Olivia Parker does that with as she normally does, but got to put the pressure on as the clock comes on the field. Clock comes on the field for the Blue Warriors. Just kicks it back here to Butterfield. She's had an outstanding night tonight, and she gets the ability to be released. And will she end up with the ball in her hand and an opportunity as the ball kicks down here
Open.
to Lauren, pops it top shelf. That is the game winner for the Blue Warriors. They are going to run out winners here in this first game of the doubleheader live at Glenelg Lacrosse Club. And Amy Butterfield, I think she's just about put her name on that Living Choice Player of the game, although Addie Cunningham's certainly up there as well. We'll have to confer. But that one there just, you know, done the work all night. That's her 14th clear for the night. That's huge numbers as a defense, and often defensive players don't get recognised as much in that midfield defence with those sort of numbers, but with 14 defensive.
I don't think I get up and down the field that much.
Well, Marty, I did play Div 2 on Saturday, and I did get up the field, but I got up the field at the halfway line and then realised I was unfit and going back towards the offensive part. I fell over a few times. Big shout out to the Uni boys. They were great to play last week. So, yeah, congrats to the Uni boys for getting up. We were 4-0 up at half time and lost 6-4. So that'll tell you how fit our Div 2 team were on Saturday. As Slow hasn't given up yet. Ball, shot. Addie Cunningham with another save. So another good last quarter there for Addie, but just trying to put the pressure on. And there we go. The Blue Warriors have run out winners here at the first game of our doubleheader on LSA TV live. Friday nights live, brought to you by Living Choice. Wonderful group, the Living Choice group. Do a lot of work for and have been sponsors of Lacrosse SA and major sponsors of Lacrosse SA for many, many years. And a big shout out to Living Choice. Also a big shout out to our other major sponsors, Traditional Verandas, Carports, Roofing and Guttering, who if you need anything quality built, go and see Traditional Group. They will look after you with all your needs around the house. And shout out here also to Aussie Lax Gear for all your lacrosse equipment. Give Pete a ring and he will get anything you need, and he's got everything. A couple of little shout outs here as well as I get back onto the live stream, and apologies working here. But Dave Platt, Donna Wood, Ben Robinson, Lewis King, Bianca Parker, Jacob Newman's watching. Josh Tate says, great game. And Joanne Verassi says, well done, Blue Warriors, as they do. And Marty, I'm thinking Living Choice Player of the first game.
Well, I think it's got to be between Amy and Addie.
Well, I'm going Amy this evening. And we'll go to Braid. What's Braid? He's got a nod of approval. So Amy Butterfield will get our Player of the night for the Living Choice. So we'll try and get Amy on here in a minute, and when their cheers and everything are done, as the next two teams line up, and we will go to a quick break here while we get set for the second big game between your Glenelg Seahawks and the other mob, as Hannah says, Wilderness Lax. Let's go the PM.